This is a Hot Wheels Roadster casting made for McDonald's from 1994 to 1996. As you can see, I've got a few of them. And I want to do something with them, and they're all kind of shot. This one was the one that the glass was best on and seemed to be in the best condition, but it's the one I based this build on, even though I take all three of them apart and end up using the interior from a different one. But this one, they have odd screws holding them together. This thing is basically all plastic except for the engine and exhaust. The screws holding them, they aren't typical screwdriver screws. It's a three-pointed screw, and I don't have a three-pointed screwdriver. So I kind of fought getting them out of there. This one I drilled to take apart. The other two, I used a soldering iron, heated up those posts, and just pulled them apart. Both ways worked fine. I won't say both ways worked fine. All three came apart okay, but the best way was probably heating it with the soldering iron, as you see here. I still had the screw that way so that I could undo it. The one that I drilled apart, the posts were then flush with the plastic, and there was no way to get those posts out without causing some serious damage. Again, the body's plastic. It's nothing fancy. So I did scuff it up a little bit before I painted it. I do hit this with the color shot paints. I knew what I wanted to do with this build because I had come across an image online that reminded me of someone and is very Christmassy. So I wanted to make a decal of that image and then put it on this casting. And this casting also, since it's a Christmas build, it's kind of odd that it's not going to be in traditional Christmas colors in a way, but that's because I wanted the decals to pop on it, as you'll see. But scuff this thing up a little bit so that the paint would stick to it well. I did use color shot primer and then color shot paint on it. The color shot black worked fantastic, gloss black. The decals, I made one custom decal for this, as you're going to see here in a moment, because it needed to be a white toner decal. And then I used some other decals from Second Chance Red Lines. As you've seen before, I have a bunch of different decal scraps around from stuff they've made and stuff I've made, and I found some that worked great on this, but here you see the white toner part of that back decal going on. And I can't help but look at that and think that's a nose to the right and like a rounded face. When you see the white toner decal, it just has that kind of look to me. I had to laugh when I saw just the white toner decal portion of this going on, because the actual image is very different than that. It is a face, but that's not a nose to the right. That's right. It's Santa. And that's the ball at the end of Santa's cap that's off to the right. I love this image of Santa when I saw it. It's this almost like, what is it, Dia de los Muertos version of Santa. And it's colorful, and I liked it. It just cracked me up. And then what I got from the Second Chance Red Line decal stuff I had laying around, I had old, like Merry Christmas, 2020 or 2022 decal, something like that hadn't been used. But they had Christmas lights. And so I cut the Christmas lights out and put those on this casting to give it a little more side detail and under the front windshield. To make it look more festive. And so it's a black paint job, but I think it makes the rest of this look good. And that's Santa. The original image I saw that I got off the internet, it was against a black background and it looked good. So I didn't want to lose some of that effect by putting it on a red casting or putting it on a green casting or having it wash out against a white casting. You've seen me do this before. I hope I still have some of these castings left. The COE, Hot Wheels COE, because I keep stealing wheels off these things. I got a bunch of them a long time ago, cheap. For the wheels. The wheels are fantastic. The size is fantastic on these wheels. And so I need to find more of these castings because I'm sure I'm getting low. I love using these wheels on bone shaker builds too. It's just a good size. So those, even though I didn't like the color, I ended up shooting them with chrome paint. And I thought this chrome worked out really well. It was a different chrome paint I'm trying out. And at least on these wheels, I'm really happy with the results. And the next thing I'm going to try this chrome paint on is under basically a metal cast paint, like a pseudo Spectraflame paint, to see how reflective it is and if it has a good look. Did the axle tube trick where I just cut like a couple little tiny pieces off an axle tube of tubing to put over the end of an axle. This works really well for me. I use straight pins for the axles on this. I probably could have gone the crimp the axle route on this as well, but I don't think it would work as well on these particular wheels. I think the wheels would have slid off the end of the crimp. I don't think I could have crimped these enough. So I went with the little tiny piece of axle tube over the end. And so here I am just kind of fitting those back ones on. What's nice is they just drop into place, which makes doing this process even easier than usual. But yeah, I'm really happy with that chrome paint. I'm hoping it looks good when sprayed over larger areas. That's my concern. That's always my concern with chrome spray paint, because I'm sure you've all tried, I've probably tried, 5 different chrome spray paints at least. I've really only been happy with one that's an aluminum chrome. It's not very chromy. It's not like using the Molotow pins or the Zoet pins. I like using the Zoet pins, but I didn't want to try chroming these wheels that way, because sometimes when you use the pins, it can just look funky, particularly depending upon the area you're covering. You might get away with it on a bumper, but with the detail of the wheels, it's a little tougher. And so if you can find a spray that does it, you're a lot better off. So I'm really hopeful that this chrome works. And I just kind of stumbled across it. I was in Michael's and happened to see it there. And I thought, well, to be honest, I had a coupon. For some reason, I had a $20 coupon from Michael's. And it was crazy because usually you only get like a $5 coupon after you bought a bunch of stuff. I bought a bunch of flowers to decorate the monument at the cemetery. And then all of a sudden I have a $20 coupon coming from them. So ran back down there and I immediately bought 3 different spray paints with the coupon. But this chrome that I got is one of those. The metal engine, the headers needed a lot of work. And the headers, I love the look of the front tires on this finished build, as you'll see. But the headers fought the heck out of me on this. I had to grind down that front edge of the headers so much it's not funny. And even at that, it's not a great roller. The wheels roll. I mean, if you put your finger on this thing and roll it, it'll roll. But, man, it rolls great backwards, as I'll show you later. But I love the look of the wheels. What can I say? I did drill and tap the metal engine, which was nice having something that you could kind of do a traditional way instead of just into that plastic body. I don't know if you guys are hearing the sleigh bells behind me that I have going, but oh yeah, I put a little steering wheel. I kind of detailed this little thing out a little bit because there's not much to the casting. So I thought, I'll put a 3D steering wheel in it. I detailed the engine. And I tried to do as much as I could to make this poor little casting look better. A nice straight blade X-Acto knife is nice to have for something like this. And I don't know if you saw the, let's just call it patina on that blade. I've had these straight blades, God, it feels like since I was a child. I left the steering column in. I wanted the steering column there. And then I wanted to mount that chromish steering wheel flush with the column. As you can see, I blackened the radiator, put white in the headlight area. I dropped some micro crystal clear onto there. At the top of the engine and the intake, I blackened those. I blackened the exhaust tips on each side. I tried to give it something, just something. And I'm ridiculously happy with this finished build. For as little silly and simple of a casting as it is, and as silly and simple as the work that went into it, it was fun. And I think because as I'm doing this, I know the ornery rascal that this thing's going to go out to. And so it makes it even more fun for me, like having the person in mind for this build as I'm doing it. You know, I'm sure you can relate to that. I did hit the windshield with Flitz, that little tiny windshield that was the best of the three windshields. One was horrible. One was absolutely horrible, and horrible wear. The other one was very yellow, gauzy. The other one was horribly yellow, and I didn't want to have to try and bleach it out when I had one good windshield out of the three. So the one good windshield does get dipped in gauzy after I had polished it. And Lord knows if any of you are still playing the gauzy game, but if you are, I'm thrilled to hear it. I'm still using gauzy. I think this is my second jar of gauzy, if I remember right. The first jar lasted a long time. It got ridiculously low, and so then I just got another one and dumped what was left of the original gauzy into it. And cover that thing up. The locking tweezers are nice for that kind of thing where you want to hold a windshield like that. Detailed part of the base, as you see there was something to detail, and so I detailed it. This I thought was cool. This base has this little plastic piece that just slid on originally to keep the front axle in place. I think the engine would have held it in place just fine, to be honest. But I like this little piece of plastic they had there, and of course I'm going to use it. I don't know if you saw me fighting that bottle of Gorilla Glue at the start, and here I am stupidly not tilting it correctly, so I'm not getting Gorilla Glue out. So let me tilt it a little more here. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, sometimes I'm just stupid. It's like, why didn't I pick up on that the first time? I'm accustomed to the prior, I think it was Loctite CA glue I was using. Yeah, Loctite. And for whatever reason, I had picked up a bottle of this Gorilla Glue, CA glue, and the bottle's just, it operates a little, it's just a squeeze bottle, where the Loctite has levers on the side of it that squeezes. It's very fancy for a bottle of CA. But yeah, I also tacked the rear axle in place. Really, the body holds that axle in place perfectly fine, but I had the CA glue out. Why not? I just put it in the groove. So yeah, that's it. Front wheels roll great until until I screw the engine on. I couldn't fight those headers anymore. Yeah, it moves a little. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's like it turns. It's not pretty, but it turns. Pop the nice clean windshield in there. Pop that red interior in. There you go. It even had a little plastic post at the back that you see there for the interior. I didn't want to have to paint the interior since I had a red interior already from one of the other castings. The plastic body, there's a part of the body that slips into the back of the engine. And then I just used the screw at the back post, as you'll see here in a second. Yeah, it's just a threaded screw that I had that fit the opening from the original screw. This is just a Phillips head screw. Tighten that down. And there you go. I did not do the front post on the interior that goes into the back of the engine. Basically because A, that piece of plastic is pretty shot. And two, because of how I had to drill it out on this base, there wasn't much to hold. The other ones I melted and the one I drilled rolls backwards like a champ. Forwards, not so much. Kind of, sort of. Backwards, it's beautiful. And yes, you're seeing that right. Santa's going for a ride in this thing. So there you have where we started out. Just a really funky Hot Wheels McDonald's casting. Really funky. And yeah, that thing needed some love. There's so much to work with there, though. You know, I mean, it's the engine's great. Here's where it ended up. There's Santa saying, "Hey!" Oh, I also detailed the taillights on here. There's Santa on the back. I love these wheels. I think the chrome turned out great on the wheels. I couldn't be happier with that spray. So hopefully it works well in larger applications. I'll let you know. And the detail on the engine seemed to work well. I did clear coat the engine, in case you're curious. But there you have it. Everybody, thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you for all of the support you've given me this year. I truly appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas. And I'm not sure if this is my last video build for the year or not. But if it is, everybody, Merry Christmas and have a wonderful 2025. Thank you so much. And catch you in the next one.